There is a moment, just before dawn, when even your thoughts go quiet. Stay until the end, or the water finally stills. The question that had been echoing in my mind for weeks was, what lies at the end of this solitary journey? As I stepped onto the Camino de Santiago, the soft earth beneath my feet was a gentle reminder that every step forward is a step into the unknown. The sky was a deep shade of indigo, with the first hints of light creeping over the horizon, like the whispered promise of a new beginning. The path unwound before me, a serpentine ribbon that disappeared into the distance, beckoning me to follow. The air was crisp, with a hint of dew and the sweet scent of blooming wildflowers, a potent elixir that awakened my senses. As I walked, the rhythm of my footsteps became a meditation, a symphony of leather on earth, echoing through the stillness. The world was awakening, and with it, the sounds of nature, the chirping of birds, the rustling of leaves, and the gentle babbling of brooks, each sound a thread in the intricate tapestry of life. What happened next changed everything I thought I knew about myself. The solitude was not just an absence of people, but a presence that filled my heart and mind. The silence that followed was unlike any I had ever heard, a silence that was both profound and unsettling, like the stillness at the eye of a storm. It was as if the world had been stripped bare, revealing the essence of existence, unencumbered by the distractions of human interaction. In this silence, I found a mirror, reflecting back to me the depths of my own soul. The days blended together, a kaleidoscope of sunrises and sunsets, each one a masterpiece of color and light, painting the sky with hues of pink, orange, and purple. The stars at night were a celestial showcase, a twinkling tapestry of light and sound, infinite and mysterious. And yet, amidst this beauty, I found myself confronting the darkness within, the shadows that lurk in the recesses of the human heart. It was a confrontation that was both terrifying and liberating, like standing at the edge of a precipice, staring into the abyss. The silence was a catalyst, a spark that ignited a fire of introspection, burning away the facades and illusions that had long masqueraded as truth. I began to see the world, and myself, with new eyes, unencumbered by the burdens of expectation and judgment. The journey was not just about reaching a destination, but about the transformation that occurred along the way, like the metamorphosis of a caterpillar into a butterfly. With each step, I shed the skin of my old self, revealing a new, unencumbered me, like a lotus blooming in the muddy waters of existence. As I walked, the landscape shifted, a constantly changing tapestry of hills and valleys, forests and fields. The rain poured down, drumming against my skin, washing away the doubts and fears that had long plagued me. The sun beat down, warming my bones, illuminating the path ahead, like a beacon in the darkness. And through it all, I found a sense of peace, not as a destination, but as a process, a journey of discovery that unfolded with each step. The Camino de Santiago is a pilgrimage, a journey to the sacred, a path that winds its way through the heart of Spain, and into the depths of the human soul. It is a journey that requires courage, resilience, and an openness to the unknown, like a river flowing into the sea. And yet, it is in this unknown that we find the greatest treasure, the treasure of ourselves, like a pearl hidden within the oyster. For in the stillness, we discover the beauty of our own heart, a beauty that is both fragile and resilient, like a lotus blooming in the desert. As I approached the end of my journey, I realized that the question I had been carrying, what lies at the end of this solitary journey, was not about the destination, but about the transformation that occurred along the way. The answer was not something I found, but something I became, like a river flowing into the sea. I became the stillness, the silence, and the solitude, a union of the self with the universe, like a drop of water merging with the ocean. In the end, it was not the arrival at the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela that was the culmination of my journey, but the realization that the journey itself was the destination. The Camino de Santiago had taught me that the greatest pilgrimage is the one within, a journey to the depths of our own heart, where the stillness speaks, and the silence reveals its secrets, like a whispered promise in the darkness. And so, I returned home, not as the same person who had set out, but as a new, unencumbered me, like a butterfly emerging from its cocoon, ready to spread my wings and fly into the unknown, with the stillness as my guide, and the silence as my companion. If this story moved you, if it made you stop, breathe, and think, subscribe to Still Waters Speak. New stories every single day. See you tomorrow.